He's not somebody who pretend to be someone he's not. Most of them, they only speak up when they're no longer in government, when they lost power. When they're in power, they sing a different language.
He doesn't want, dia cakap straight is straight.
Ialah.
Lah tu.
Lebih, lanjut.
Yeah.
They saw an opportunity to whack Datuk Anifah by saying, look, this guy is betraying the party by working on the opposition.
Together with us kali ini kita ada Tuan Haji Ansari Abdullah, tentunya Setiausaha Agung, and Datuk Harry Baking, Ketua Penerangan.
Bagi saya kan, saya nampak yang kamu berdua ni memang loyalist kepada Presiden. Mana-mana dia pergi, kamu orang ada di sana. What is that special something about the President, si Datuk Seri Anifah lah, yang you guys say, he is my leader, I want to follow him, I want to be part of his team. What is it, Tuan?
I've known the President since 1970, when I entered Sabah College in Form 4 Science, and he was in Form 5 Science. That's how long I've known him. And then we were together in the Sabah Football Association in 1994 until I left in the year 2000. Yeah, so I've known him for that long. I know his style. I know, he speaks from the heart, straight talking, and he's someone who honors his words, who deliver on his promises, and he's very consistent. He's not somebody who pretend to be someone he's not. In 1999, we parted ways in terms of politics, because we were both in UMNO. Then I left in the year 1999 to follow the Reformasi movement. So we parted ways, but then I continued to follow, what he say, what he do in Parliament and all that. We continue to maintain contacts as friends, and he has been consistent, on issues like the illegal immigrants and Sabah rights. There are very few people in Sabah, especially leaders, who are consistent. Most of them, they only speak up when they are no longer in government, when they lost power. When they're in power, they sing a different language.
Takut.
But Datuk Seri Anifah, that's the word, takut. Datuk Seri Anifah, even when he was deputy minister, when he was a minister, he speak from the heart. He call a spade, whether you like it or not, that's it. So that's why when after the last election, he contacted me, he said, can you take up my case, the election position? I said, yeah. Then later he resigned from UMNO. And we start talking, and he said, hey, why don't we form a new party? We tried to form a new party, Parti Hak Rakyat Sabah. For reasons known only to the authorities, the previous government, they did not register the party. And then even where there is a change of guards, and the Deputy Minister of Home Affairs happened to be my own brother-in-law, Jonathan Yasin. So we asked, can we get it registered? The message is that they wouldn't register Parti Hak Rakyat Sabah. So in that, we discussed the options. Earlier in the year, we decided to take upon Parti Gagasan. That was about March. Then later there were some hiccups, and knowing that to Sri Anifah, he doesn't like this sort of thing. So he sat down with Datuk Wilfred, and they come to an agreement that we take over Parti CINTA SABAH. So on the 27th of last month, he took over the presidency, and before we even had 3 days, the State Assembly was dissolved. So we passed a resolution during the AGM, and I saw your father's signature on the Constitution about changing of the logo, the flags, and adding in of new objectives to the party. We have 60 days to file that, but then we decided that if we file the report, it might not be approved in time. And worse still, if they approve it 2 days before nomination, we will end up with a party with no symbol, because we can't use the old symbol, and neither can we register the new symbol.
How about Datuk Harry? Apa you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I know him since in the football days lah. Kita orang sama-sama di sana. He joined Safa as a manager dulu. Then after that he become a president. Yeah, but during his time dengan Safa tu, he's a guy that is very professional. Yeah. He doesn't want, dia cakap straight is straight.
A lah.
A lah tu.
B lah tu.
Yeah. So that's why during that time Safa is very very successful lah. And the what? Yeah. We won FA Cup, we won the League Cup, we entered 3 times Malaysia Cup, tapi sad lah. Satu pun tidak menang. Tapi is a record. Tidak ada tim yang boleh masuk 3 kali Malaysia Cup. So that's why saya ikut dengan dia daripada itulah, from the football, and then after football when he entered politics and he won the elections and he was appointed as a foreign minister. Dan dia cakap, come join me to KL. Dia cakap, we join the kementerian from the football. I'm very comfortable dengan football sudah. Saya suka sudah tu bola. But then when she offered me to join him in kementerian, okay lah. But then I enjoy with him because he is one guy yang orang bilang when he trust you, he will trust you.
Okay, apakah kelebihan PCS compared to the rest, even though you would be not exactly new ones in town? Well, it is actually. They are.
With the rebranding and all.
Rebranding and all. What is the kelebihan?
Well, I believe we are the only truly multiracial Sabahan party. You know, there are other parties, but they are not that truly multiracial. If you look at our lineup and all that, that's number one. Number two, we are the only political party not in the shadow of any national political grouping. We are on our own. So if you hear the party song, there are 2 words there, that resonates with what we feel. One is autonomy, the other one is mereka. Are we autonomous? Are we truly fully independent? When we have to depend on our big brother, every dissolution they will come and tell us, look, Daphne, this is your seat. And he will tell you, oh, this is not your seat, and Harry should be the chief minister. How long Harry will be the chief minister is decided by somebody else. So what is that when you're talking about autonomy, which was a precondition to us forming Malaysia? And you talk about independence. When every elections, big brother, 1,500 miles away, have to come and tell us what to do. I think it's about time that we decide. Let the Sabahans decide, how we run the state, how we manage the state,
What pushed you guys to push this part? I mean, it seems to be the consistent messaging that I'm getting from the President, from you guys. Mm-hmm. What broke the back that made you guys decide, enough is enough, I'm done?
Sudahlah.
I love this word, I'm done. Yeah, sudahlah, cukup lah itu. It's time for us to manage, to be the captain of our own ship lah. What happened?
I was in Parti Keadilan since 99 formation years, and then until 2018, 20 years in the party. I believe in the struggle. I took part in crafting the buku jingga, one of which was to promise autonomy to Sabah, and then 20% oil royalty, blah blah blah. And then last elections, I assisted in Ranau. I went all out. I sell this idea to the people. Look, you're going to get this deal from Pakatan Harapan. And we have, at the backdrop, Mahathir's promise. This audio, and then we have Guaneng giving one better than what is in the IGC, what is in the MS 63 and Constitution, by promising we are going to give you 50% return of whatever we collect from Sabah. When they formed the government, the only positive thing they did was to increase the amount that we have been receiving since 1970. When the Constitution, everything says that there should be a review every 5 years. This figure was never reviewed. But then the last straw that broke the camel's back was when Pakatan Harapan Minister of Finance says, we don't have the money to deliver. That's what Guan Yin said. We can't pay you. We don't have the money. So, that is my experience. As far as Datuk Anifah's experience, I'm sure he has shared with you. You know that they, if possible, they will tie your hand or restrict your freedom of speech. You cross the line, then they'll bring the cane. They will threaten you, give you a show cause letter. And so, in a national party, you don't really get the freedom that you have. You can really tell the leaders, this is what the Sabahans want. And if they fail to deliver, you can't really open up your mouth without worrying about your position. How many people are willing to cross the line? I know that Anifah did it, but what about the other leaders? You know, even when he organized the first public forum, you see, and he crossed the line by inviting, I was at the time in PKR, Dr. Jeffrey, Datuk Yong and all that. And what happened? I mean, for the first time, this issue is brought to an institution of higher learning. It get public recognition, official recognition from the government. But how did the Sabahans and UMNO took it? They saw an opportunity to whack Datuk Anifah by saying, look, this guy is betraying the party by working with the opposition. When the issue is about Sabah's interest, you know. Yeah. So to them, UMNO interest comes first, Sabah interest comes second. But as far as I'm concerned, Datuk Anifah in 2008, when he spoke about, you know, Sabahans being treated as second-class citizens and whatever, being given minor appointments, and then when he, in 2012, when he issued a public statement saying, stop the registration, issuance of identity cards, which was done by the registration department in the Pejabat Pemimpin Kemajuan Masyarakat Sinalang and UMNO office. And we heard the figure being mentioned. In Sinalang alone, 40,000 people to be registered in Sinalang alone. At that time, there were 60 constituencies. And recently, we saw the figure of 600,000 people to be given PSS. So this is the sort of thing that we come across. And we can see that beside Datuk Anifah, there's no other leader who come out and criticize the government of the day of which he was part of. Because to him, Sabah comes first, UMNO comes later. How many leaders is in that mode?